My name is Bill Anderegg. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Biology at the University of Utah. I did my PhD at Stanford University, a postdoc at Princeton University, and here I am today as a beginning assistant professor. I think there were really two things that inspired me to go into plant science and as a researcher. First, I grew up outdoors a lot, camping and hiking and backpacking in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. And second was really a curiosity that I came back to those same systems and had seen an enormous amount of change in the forests. And that got me really thinking and wondering what's going on here. Why are all these changes happening? And can we use science to answer those questions? I think a fundamental question in my field is really what's the future of ecosystems in a changing climate? There's a really major tug of war going on in that there are some factors like rising CO2 concentrations that will largely benefit plants and benefit trees and improve their health. And there's the concomitant changes in climate, temperature, drought stress, fire, and disturbance that are going to very much harm trees. And it's sort of a race between those sets of drivers. And we really don't know when and where each of those will win. And the stakes are enormous for humanity and for ecosystems. Our research and the field's research on plants has enormous benefits to society for a couple of key reasons. First, we can have a large potential to improve crops, and feeding the world is going to be a fundamental challenge in the next several decades and the rest of the century. Second, we can provide predictive tools about when and where crops and ecosystems may be stressed in future climates and future land use. And really, third, I think this fundamental knowledge is really critical for improving our prediction of what the future is going to hold for humanity, its food, and the ecosystems we rely on. I think there's kind of two classes of role models that I've had. Probably first has certainly been my own parents and kind of instilling a love of the natural world and a desire to work hard at something. And second has probably been a number of the mentors, the scientific mentors I've had that I've been really fortunate to have over my career. They really inspired me and hopefully trained me in a way that I'm kind of forever indebted to them. My favorite thing about my job is easy. It's absolutely getting out into the field and getting to do field work and take measurements and really observe nature and plants as things transpire. The least favorite part is, I would say, probably rejection and having to persevere and kind of continually get back up after rejection, because it's sort of an inevitable part of being a scientist. I think I have two main pieces of advice for early career researchers. First is to write early and write often, so always be writing up your results and getting them ready to go out the door to submit to publishing. And then second would be that if I've learned anything, it's that really persevering and continuing to work hard at something through constant and continual rejection is really the most important thing you can do. That kind of hard work and perseverance is far more important than being kind of clever or something else. I would say in 5 years' time, I would like to really be developing and pushing out some of the predictive tools based on plant physiology that we've been working on, which is that we've learned a lot about how plants respond to drought stress in the past 5 or 10 years. And I would like to see the application and the rolling out of the use of that knowledge to predicting the future of crops and of ecosystems in a changing climate. That's our hope. apart from science, I certainly would tend to be outdoors, camping or backpacking. I do enjoy playing the piano and doing creative writing, and also playing soccer or football whenever I get the chance.